As moms, we play so many different roles in our child's lives, but should being their friend be a role that we need to step up into? I'm learning a bit about this subject, and I want to share with you what I'm learning so that I can encourage you in your motherhood journey. So before we jump into the topic at hand, I just want to share that I don't have it all together as a mom. I don't expect to ever have it together as a mom, and I'm okay with that. But I just want to encourage you with what I'm learning so that you can be the best mom you can be. I've been reading the book On Becoming Child Wise by Gary Izzo and Robert Bucknam. And in their book, they share a section that talks about whether we should be friends with our child or not. And let's just be honest, we all want to be our child's friend. We want them to hang out with us, to share with us, and to just be with us. And there's nothing wrong with that. But Gary and Robert encourage us to be parents now and friends later. Friendship should not be the starting point of our relationship, but it should be the end goal in their teenage and adult years. Now, children are students in life, and we should be the teachers. That's what we've been called to be. Children are not born with moral knowledge or life skills. That's just something we learn. You and I learned that ourselves, and we can't expect our children to already know that. They receive instruction from people that they respect, and that's not always their peers. And let me just tell you that our child has plenty of peers, plenty of friends, but they only have one mom. They only have one dad. And that's who we have been called to be. We've been called to be the parents. And if we focus on that now, then the friendship will come in later years. Gary and Robert share 4 different levels of parenting. And I want to share those with you really quick because they really stuck out to me as I was reading through them. The first role of parent, or the first level of parenting, is to become the child's leader. Not an oppressive leader, but an authoritative leader. We need to give them healthy boundaries. We need to get control of our child so that we can train them later to be who they're called to be. But if we don't get that leadership, we can't do that. We can't train them. And obviously the second role is to be a trainer. And I think about a baseball team and how when we're at practice and a baseball team is at practice, and the coach, as you're practicing, he stops you and he shows you the correct way. If you're doing it the incorrect way, he's going to stop you and show you the correct way of doing that. And in the training years of parenting, that's what we're doing. We're stopping our child and showing them the correct way of doing something. So we need to be the leader first in order to train them, because if I don't respect you as a leader, I'm not going to let you train me. And then the third role is to coach. And in the years of coaching, these are probably the teenage years. And just much like the baseball team scenario, the coach sees you mess it up on the sidelines, but he can't. The game has already started. You're already in the game. Your child is already in the game of life. And so we can't call a timeout and say, that's not the correct way to do it. We should have been doing that in the training years. But what we can do is coach from the sidelines. We can call in a play and say, hey, this is the way you should be doing it. Let me encourage you with this or that. So those are the 3 levels. If you follow those 3 levels, you get to the 4th level, and that is friendship. And that will just automatically come. But they all hinge on one another. If you don't have leadership with your child, you're not going to be able to train him. And if you haven't trained him correctly, then you're not going to be able to coach him when he gets to those teen years and needs the coaching that he needs. Now, if you came into my yard and you saw me planting just fresh cut roses in the ground, and you asked me what I was doing, and I said, oh, I'm going to plant these and they're going to become a beautiful, flourishing rose bush, you would probably think, you are an idiot. What do you think you're doing? That is not going to happen. That is not how it works. You get the seed and you grow the seed into the little bush, and then you plant the bush, and then it's going to grow into the beautiful roses. It's never going to work if you just plant the roses in the ground. Well, parenting is the same way. If we think that we can start off with friendship and lead, train, and coach we have another thing coming. It's just not going to work. So we have to do the hard stuff in the first years. We have to start by leading. Depends on where your child's at in their life. But right now, my child is I need to be the leader. I need to be the leader for him. I can't expect to be the friend, and that's not what he needs in his life. So I hope this encourages you, no matter where you are in your parenting journey. It may be hard to step away from being your child's friend, but wouldn't it be worth it if in the end you got to be your child's friend and your child's parent, and you knew that you did the best job you could? So I hope this encourages you today in your journey. Let's be the parents that God has called us to be and that our child needs.